Here we go.
The Legend of Tarzan is directed by David Yates, who directed the latter half of the Harry Potter series, and it stars Alexander Skarsgård, Samuel L. Jackson, Margot Robbie, and Christoph Waltz. This movie follows John Clayton III, who is formerly known as Tarzan. After his village is ransacked and the locals are taken prisoner, Tarzan must resort back to his animalistic background in order to save the ones he loves. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I was really not excited to see this movie at all. Probably because I thought this was a live-action remake of the Disney movie that I watched a lot as a kid and that I was a big fan of. But I was pleasantly surprised when I found out this movie actually takes place like a year after the events of that Disney movie. And I personally think this is the best live-action Tarzan that we will probably ever get. Now, I personally don't really like the character of Tarzan. He's been done and done and done so many times, and I just don't think it's that interesting anymore. However, it was very refreshing to see this story that you've never really seen before. It was cool to see Tarzan, who, when we are introduced to him, he's like this English gentleman. Then he has to go back to being the Tarzan that we all have come to know. And I liked how they didn't just want to retread ground that they've already covered before. With that being said, I think this movie should have embraced that concept more and not going to... They do so many flashbacks of Tarzan's past and him growing up with the apes and swinging through vines as a kid. I wish they would have just embraced the story they had and not be like, See, we're still showing you some Tarzan stuff. I just thought it was really distracting and it detracted a lot from the main story. As far as performances go, I think everybody did fine. No one really stood out as like fabulous. With that being said, I did really like Samuel L. Jackson in this movie because he reacts like you or I would react if we were in this situation, and that's where most of the humor comes in. And sadly, I think Christoph Waltz is starting to get typecasted like a lot because he's great in Inglourious Basterds and he's great in Django Unchained, and then he got cast in Inspector, and then this, and it's just kind of like, okay, we get it, you're like the stereotypical German bad guy. I would just like to see him do more things, more different things, show your different range of performances. Overall, I enjoyed this movie. It was neat to see an original story with Tarzan. It was neat to see him fight apes in live action. If I had to put this on a scale of the live action adaptations of the Disney stories, I would say it's better than Alice in Wonderland and Maleficent, but it's not quite as good as Jungle Book. Thank you guys for watching today. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, click on the link down below and subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and movie related things. And guys, thank you so much for watching and see you next time.